Hey girls, so as promised, I'm going to go ahead and update you on the meeting with the doula tonight. So she came over and we talked for about 45 minutes, just so she could answer any questions and kind of fill my husband in more about what their role is so that he would be comfortable with her. And I really like her, so I think we'll probably go with her. We just need to talk a little bit more, my husband and I, because he has some, I don't know, he expressed some concerns with me, and we have to talk through those a little bit. But so if you didn't watch my other video about a doula, my specific doula meets a phone interview, an interview at your house, and then 3 prenatal visits, and she'll come to your house when you're in labor, and she goes on call at 37 weeks for you until the baby's born. So if you're past due, that's fine. She'll come to your home and labor, help you labor, and then go to the hospital, stay with you until the baby's born, and 2 hours or so, she said, till mom and baby are stable and doing good after the birth, and 3 postpartum visits once you get home, just to help you with breastfeeding and make sure you're healing and help you do some exercises and stuff like that. So yeah, so that sounds good. When I originally talked to the doula, I told her I wanted her to help my husband help me, because ultimately, I've been with my husband for 13 years. I'm going to be a lot more comfortable with him touching me than her. But because the Asperger's and everything, he doesn't always completely understand what I need him to do or how to do what I'm telling him to do. So I wanted her to be able to help him or show him how to help me and then have him help me. But he thinks if we're paying for her to be helping me, then she should be the one helping me. And that bothers me, because he doesn't get why we would be spending the money to have a doula if he's going to be doing all the work. So I kind of understand his point of view, but at the same time, he's not me, and he doesn't know the frustration I have or am going to have in labor with him not understanding how to help me. And I want the doula there so we don't scream at each other the whole time I'm in labor. I want it to be a peaceful and pleasant experience. So once I can get him to understand that the money needs to be spent for that reason, then I think it's going to be fine. But he told me he just wants to sit there and hold my hand, and I'm like, I'm not going to want to hold your hand. Like, that's not what I want to do in labor, is lay on my back and hold your hand. Like, I don't think you get it. So, yeah, we need to talk a little bit more about that. But obviously, I know, and I'm trying to get my husband to know too, that the doula does much more than that. Just the mere presence of them in the room reduces the chance that interventions will be taking place, because they make sure you understand why you're making the decision, and you go into the labor knowing what your wishes are, and then they can be that voice in your head that says, well, do you really want to do this? Do you really want to do that? When you weren't in labor, you said this is what you really wanted, and things like that. So just that voice that helps you through everything. And then along with that, she said she's more than happy to do the massages and anything that I need to help me feel better. Some husbands don't want to take an active role. So if it comes down to that, I'm still going to have someone supporting me. But, I hope she's able to help my husband help me. She has options for pain relief that are non-medical per se. Like, she has a TENS machine, which I actually own a TENS machine. I actually have it right here. This is my TENS machine. This is the unit and all your little buttons. And then there are places to plug in your wires. And these are the wires. And you have a positive and a negative. You can see black and red. So there's 4 plugs, and then you plug this part into these, and these you can stick on your back or wherever. I think in labor you put them on your back. That's where I use them anyways. But they provide some electrical stimulation, and they make your body release endorphins. I got my TENS machine from my chiropractor because I have a lot of tension in my back. I have to sit a lot at work, and my back really hurts me. So sometimes when I'm working, I can put the TENS machine on, and it will kind of block some of the pain. So the TENS does work for me. I know some people say they didn't notice a difference. And one thing, if you're thinking about using TENS, one thing that I notice, if the patch starts falling off or is not contacted well on your skin, you don't get the powerfulness that it could be giving. So that's a big thing, is to make sure that the electrodes are applied properly. But that's one mode of pain relief that I'm planning. And it was nice to know my doula knows about the TENS, knows how to use it in labor, and has one. Like mine would stop working or something, or I needed the extra electrodes. If those stop sticking, she'll have all that for me. So yeah, she said, at the prenatal visit, she'll bring a lot of her pain relief and whatnot, how she helps you through. She'll bring a lot of that over. She'll work with my husband and teaching him things of how to help me and things like that. And then also she said, if it's okay with my doctor, she has like warm compresses she can hold against the perineum, because that is like a big fear of mine in this birth, is tearing again like I did last time. I had a 3rd-degree tear, and it was like I couldn't really move very well for like, I started feeling normal again about 6 weeks postpartum, which is a long time. And for about 3 months, I had to go through physical therapy to help deal with scar tissue and things like that from where I tore. So she said she can, and she has warm compresses she can hold against the perineum that greatly reduce the chance that you will tear while pushing and delivering. So if that's okay with my OB, she's going to do that. So, there are a lot of things that I'm looking forward to her helping us with, as long as I can get my husband on board. So, I mean, I work too. I work part-time, actually out of the home, and then I work part-time at home. So I work actually a little bit over full-time if you add everything together. So, I make money too. So if I want to spend the money I make on a doula, then I will. But I would like my husband to be okay with it. So I think he'll think about it, and I'll update you on if he has a change of heart, and if he kind of understands and gets on the same page as me. Because last time, I don't think he realizes, last time I was in labor, I went in, I got induced, I was already 3 centimeters, I went to like 5 pretty quickly. They broke my water, things got really painful, I asked for my epidural, and then I literally slept for like 6 hours, woke up, and it was time to push. There was not much help that I needed in labor. And he saw me go through really easy labor, and it's not going to be that way this time if I try to go naturally. So I don't think he realizes, because the only experience he has is like, oh, well, you slept through it all, you did fine. And it's not going to be that way this time. So, he'll come around. I'm sure he will. So, yeah, but that's where we're at. I think that is it for this time. Once we sign on with her, I'll probably just mention that in one of my weekly vlogs. And then every time I have a prenatal appointment with her, I'll kind of do a quick video on what we went over and things like that. So yeah, it's exciting, and you know, like I said, I'm sure we can make it happen. It takes a little talking to, I think. So yeah, men just don't know what it's like to be pregnant and have a baby, and especially with Asperger's, it's hard for them to think about I don't know, something that's not a situation in the present, and something that they really have to understand your feelings and why you want things. And so I don't think so. It's his fault, but a little talking to, and I think we'll get there. So thanks for watching, girls. Bye.